What's up, STLR? So as you guys can see down the description below, answering viewers' questions. I got stopped by some of my friends who were asking some questions about some cars, and I told them just to write it down. I'll answer them what I know and what I don't. And also for all you guys who are subscribers and viewers, you're more than welcome to shoot me an email, which is down in my YouTube channel. If you just scroll around, you'll find it. You're welcome to shoot me an email about anything. I don't know much about mechanicals to a car, but I can do my best. But anything about buying a car or selling a car, I'm pretty knowledgeable about. So I'll get to the first question that I was asked by one of my friends. One of my friends stopped me and said, "Eric, should I buy a car from a person or from a car dealership?" I told him flat out, I bought a car from a dealership and a person. My first car, my Maxima, then the second car that is coming up here soon. Sorry, it's cold out there. There is some benefits to that, and there's some non-benefits. Benefits of buying a car from a person is usually they want $2,000 for it. You walk up with $1,500 in cash right then and there. Sometimes the car can be yours. And with the dealership, it's kind of shady, but it's both on both ends. The benefits of buying from a person is, it's easier to negotiate, take the car home, but you don't know how the car was treated. My number one suggestion would be take the car to your local mechanic. If the person says, no, you cannot take it to your mechanic, get up and leave, because it's not worth the headache. It ain't worth the time. Buying a car from a dealership, it has its benefits, like I said. Sometimes for like a local Honda, Toyota, or Kia, they have to pass safety emissions. Once you go up there and buy the car, you can drive it right off the lot. The only bad part is you take out a loan, you have to have it on full coverage and everything. But I rather buy my car from a dealership because I know some dealerships that I can trust. Another question that I was asked by a viewer is, I own a daily driver and I want to do some high performance parts to it. My suggestion would be don't do that. Because you're shortening the life to your car if you turbo it or supercharge it, which they're meant for racing. They're not meant for daily driving. My best suggestion to you would be change the spark plugs, put on a cold air intake, but be careful of the hydro lock, and put on a catback exhaust and call it a day. That ought to do it. Because if you're trying to daily drive something with turbo or supercharged, it's hard on your motor and it will actually shorten your car's life. Fun fact of the day. All right, another question I got from a viewer is, how can I prevent my car from losing horsepower? The best thing to do is, well, whether we like it or not, you buy a brand new car, 5 years later, it will lose horsepower. The best thing you can do is just maintain on maintenance, do regular oil changes, change out those spark plugs, because that will really make a big difference. Another thing I would also suggest would be also clean out your air filter. My new car that I just bought, I checked out the air filter. There was leaves all over it, dirt all over it. I bought a new one, and the car's actually getting somewhat better gas mileage, and it's also running a lot better. And that's all that comes down to is how you treat that car and how it was treated. My Maxima, for example, I bought that. It was beaten the heck out of. It wasn't maintained. That's one reason why it kind of blew up the way that did. The two owners did not know what they were doing. All right. Another question I got from a viewer is, my daughter just got her permit. Congratulations. And what is a cheap, safe car that you would suggest? I would suggest a Toyota, Honda, right off the bat. Because Toyotas, I have a coworker that owns like a 98. It's one of those those weird generation Camrys. It's either a 98 or 02. It has 287,000 miles still going, and I'll tell you, those things will last you forever. I've seen Avalons come in with 257,000 miles. Hondas, my friend owned a Civic, blew up at 246,000 miles. He's still rebuilding it. I'm telling you, those cars will last you forever. If you're willing to pay $1,500, that's the way to do it. All right. So this is one of the last questions I have by a viewer. They said, I own a 2003 Honda Accord with 190,000 miles on it. Should I put on liability or full coverage? I would just say go with liability because it's a 16-year-old car. Not only that, if it did get totaled, which I hope it doesn't, um, you're you're just going to get $500 to $800 back for what the car's worth. If I was you, just stick with liability and drive it as is. And if it blows up or if you want to trade it in, go for it. But that's what I would suggest. Also, if you guys do have any more questions, leave a comment. I want to help out as much as I can, but also I want you guys to know I don't know everything. I wish I did. But that's the best way to do it. If you do have any questions, leave a comment, leave a like, come subscribe, or shoot me an email. Like I said, somewhere on my channel, I think it's about where the description is, where I leave everything. So yeah. And thank you guys so much for helping me reach 55 subscribers. And the car will be revealed here soon. It's just right now it was snowing. And tomorrow I think the high is like 22. So I'm going to wait till it kind of warms up. Hopefully sometime in the next few weeks I'll hopefully get to reveal it. So stay tuned. Thank you. STL Racers leaving.